morning, my dear friends. So this is the second lecture on solution. In first lecture we had discussed about different formulae used to calculate the concentration. In this session we are going to solve a couple of problems based on concentration formulae. Let me take a question here. The same question will be displayed right below the just in the bottom of the screen. Okay. What I want you people to do is just pause this video for a minute, read the question very carefully, try to solve it on your own. Okay, and when you get the answer, once again resume the class, resume the video, and check whether your answer is correct or not. So the question reads as: a solution of glucose in water is labeled as 10% mass by mass. So this is solution of glucose, that is C6H12O6, which is labeled as 10% weight by weight. So this is the concentration which is mentioned in terms of weight by weight. They have asked you to calculate molality and mole fraction of each component. So you got to calculate molality and mole fraction of each component. So molality will be only of the solute, whereas mole fraction will be of solute also as well as of solution. So we will be calculating both here. And another component they have asked here is molarity of the solution given the density. Density is given as 1.2 grams per milliliter. So they have given density as 1.2 grams per milliliter. So here they have mentioned density because we will need density to calculate molarity of it. Okay, so here we will be calculating molarity. Okay. Now I have chosen this problem particularly because here we will be getting three different concepts. One is molality, then mole fraction and molarity. Along with that we will have a brief idea about the percentage mass by mass. Now to start with this, first we got to see what are the formulae. Now when you got to calculate molality, as you know, molality is a temperature independent. Okay, if you remember the previous class, alright. If you haven't watched it, I insist you to go through the previous video once so that you will get an idea like what are temperature dependent formula and what are temperature independent concentration formulae. So molality is a concentration independent. Okay, so the formula for molality is number of moles of solute. So as you know, we take it as N2 divided by mass of solvent. Okay, because molality is only mass of solvent in kg. So we take it as W1. Now the question arises here is, there is neither number of moles given nor the mass. Okay, here they have given just percentage mass by mass. Now what to do? How to get the data? Because whenever you face a problem, the most important thing is to extract the data. We call it as reading between the lines. So you should have an idea how to get the data from the question that they have given here. So what we do is, we will consider mass of solvent as 90 grams and mass of solute as 10 grams. Because very categorically they have mentioned here it is 10% weight by weight. Okay, that means there is 10% of glucose in 90% of water. You understand? I repeat, you have 10% of glucose by mass in 90% of water. That simply means if 10 grams of glucose is taken, then 90 grams of water. Okay, means in 90 grams of water they have added 10 grams of glucose to get 10% weight by weight solution. Okay, now this is assumed. Okay. Now when you apply here, we need N2, and to calculate N2, what you do is N2 is equal to W2 by M2. That is actual mass of the component divided by molar mass of the component. Now what is the actual mass here? W2. That is given as 10 grams divided by what is molar mass of glucose. Alright, so when you check here C6, alright, 6 carbon atoms, right, that is 12 is the mass of each carbon atom. Alright, so 12 into 6, that is 72 plus 12 hydrogens plus 6 oxygens, that is 96. So together it makes 180 grams per mole. Okay, so just make it a practice that wherever you write the molecular formula of a compound, you just write the mass, molecular masses, and you add them up. So here we get 180 grams per mole. Okay, so when I solve this, okay, I get 10 divided by 180, that gives me N2 is equal to 0.05555 and so on. Okay, so let's take it as 0.0556 or say 0.056. Okay, you can approximate it to 2 to 3 decimal points. Okay, now this is N2. Now when you substitute here, N2 is what? 0.056 divided by W1, that is weight of the solvent, that is 90 grams. Okay, and as you know, here it should be always mass of solvent in kgs, so we'll convert it to kg by dividing it by 1000. Alright, so when you divide 90 by 1000, so the numerator gets multiplied here. Okay, now when you solve this, it gives us 0.6172, 0.61728, or let's make it 0.6173, that will be moles per kg. So this is the unit of molality, that is moles per kg. Means when you take a solution of glucose which is 10% mass by mass or 10% weight by weight, its molality is expressed as 0.6173 moles per kg. Let me tell you one thing, the concentrations are expressed in different terms, but the concentration remains same. There is no difference in the concentration. Concentration ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಅದು ಸೇಮ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Alright, you take whether you call it as 10% mass by mass or you call it as 0.6173 molals. Alright, the terms are different. Okay, but the concentration is always same. Now this is part number 1. So if you have any doubts, any queries about this, you have my number, you can call me directly, or you can write it in comment box. If you are given the right to comment on this, you can definitely comment. Okay, then comes mole fraction. In this question they have asked you to calculate mole fraction of both the components. Alright, component 1 and component 2. Here component 1 will be water and component 2 will be glucose. Okay, so first calculate mole fraction of component 1. Alright, let's call it as x1. Now whether you are calculating x1 or x2, you need number of moles of both the components. So for x1, first let's calculate. We already have got N2, we need N1. N1 is equal to actual mass, that is W1, divided by molar mass, that is M1. Now what is the actual mass of component 1? Component 1 means here it is solvent. So let's put our 90 grams. So here you can see W1 is 90 grams divided by its molecular mass, that is 18 grams per mole. So grams gets cancelled. 18 times 1 and 18 times 5. So this is 5 moles. Okay, means in 90 grams of water there are 5 moles of water molecules. Okay, in your first year PUC, in your 11th standard first chapter, that is some basic concepts of chemistry, you have studied about mole concept as well. So I hope you remember and you know it very well. What is that number of moles? What is 1 mole? So you know it very well, I believe. Alright, and you already know N2. N2 is 0.056 moles. Now to calculate mole fraction of one component, okay, that is X1, we will take it as N1 divided by N1 plus N2, that is nothing but N1 is 5 divided by 5 plus 0.056, so that comes to 5 by 5.056. Okay, so 5 divided by 5.056, that comes to X1 is equal to 0.9889. Okay, so you can approximate it to 0.99. So that can be done here. And to calculate X2, let me write here. I'm not sure if this part of the board is visible. To calculate X2, you have got two different ways to do it. First one is go with the formula X2 divided by N2 divided by N1 plus N2, which is quite a tedious job. So instead what I suggest you to do is, you always know in a binary solution, mole fraction of one component is always 1 minus mole fraction of another component. For any binary solution, you should bother only when it is trinary or a solution of multiple components. Here there are only two components, one is glucose, another one is water. So simply what you do is X2 is equal to 1 minus X1. Now this X2 is equal to 1 minus X1 comes to 1 minus 0.9889. Okay, so that comes to X2 is equal to, let me write here, X2 is equal to 0.011. Okay, I have approximated it, so this comes to 0.011. Okay, now let me highlight the answers here so that you should not have any confusion. This is answer number 1, that is molality. And this is answer number 2, that is mole fraction of one component, and this is answer number 3, that is mole fraction of another component. Okay, so this is you can say second part of the question. Okay, since the size of the board is little smaller, and we have got some limited resources here, we are just jumbling the things, and we are adjusting here. Now let's go to the last part of it. We got to calculate molarity, and you know the formula of molarity. Molarity is number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liters. So volume of solution in liters. Okay, now the question arises, like here they have given masses, whereas here they have asked you for volume. So to get this volume, the density comes in picture. Okay, as you already know, density is always mass by volume. Therefore, volume is equal to mass by density. Right. So density is mass by volume. Therefore, volume is equal to mass by density. Now, let's take volume is equal to mass. So what is the mass of the solution? You know, solute is 10 grams, solvent is 90 grams, together it makes 100 grams. So let's take it as 100 grams by, what is density? 1.2 grams per milliliter. So here grams and grams gets cancelled. So all that you got to do is 100 divided by 1.2, that comes to 83.33. 83.33 milliliters. Sorry, here it is 1.2 grams per milliliter. So it goes to numerator. Now this is 83.33 milliliters. Since we need volume in liters, let's convert it to liters here only. So 83.33 divided by 1000, and you just shift the points here. So this comes to 0.083333 and so on. So this is not terminating, decimal expansion. So it will be 333 so on. Now when you go to molarity, as you know, molarity is number of moles of solute divided by volume of solution in liters. Now what is number of moles of solute? That you have already calculated here. If individually this question is given, then you will have to calculate it by this method. N2 is equal to W2 by M2, that is actual mass divided by molar mass. Now what is N2? 0.056. 0.056 divided by, so this is 0.056 moles divided by, 0.0833 liters. So simply 0.056 divided by 0.0833, that gives me 0.672. So 0.672 moles per liter. So this is molarity of this solution. Okay. As you know, so this can be written as 0.672 molar as well. So this is molarity of the solution. Now this is answer for the third question. When the Well friends, there is another important and very interesting question that I would like to solve in today's class. The question reads, a solution is obtained by mixing 300 grams of 25% solution and 400 grams of 40% solution by mass. Okay, so both the concentrations are same. Okay, one is 30%, one is 300 grams of 25%. So that is 300 grams of 25% and 400 grams of 40%. So these two solutions are mixed. Okay, and you got to calculate the concentration in the same, that is mass by mass, in terms of the resultant solution. So when you mix these two solutions, you will obtain a new solution. You should find what is the concentration of that new solution. Now for this, I picked this question especially because I remember once a student had, added these two and divided it by 2. Okay, means he divided the sum by 2 and he had written the answer. Considering as, an arithmetic progression. But remember, we need to apply harmonic progression here. I'll be doing it in terms of chemistry, but I definitely want you people to go through this question in detail and try to apply harmonic progression. You learn about series and sequences in your mathematics. Apply harmonic progression here, you may get the answer in an easier way, so that it will be helpful in dealing with such questions in competitive examinations. Now we should remember that these two components are of different masses. Both are not equal. Alright, so what we do is, let's simply calculate the amount of solute. Okay, so weight of solute in first case, so it will be 25% of 300 grams. So 25% of 300 grams, so that will give you 75 grams. It's simply solute in first component, in first solution is it weighs 75 grams. Now similarly, weight of solute in second solution is 40% of 400 grams. So that is 160 grams. Now the total solute comes to 75 grams plus 160 grams. That will make it 235 grams. So that will make it 235 grams. Now the total solution weighs 300 grams plus 400 grams. That makes it 700 grams. Because you are taking two different solutions of weights 300 grams and 400 grams. Now simply what you are supposed to do here is simply, so concentration of resultant solution is equal to total solute divided by total solution. Okay, let me write here. So that will give you 235 grams divided by 700 grams. Okay. But that should be very simple. So that since we are calculating it in percentage, so let's multiply it by 100. So that will give you 33.57%. Okay. So simply if you add 25 plus 40 divided by 2, that will make it 65 by 2. The answer would be 32.5, whereas this is completely a wrong answer. Okay. So whenever you are facing such questions where there are different concentrations are given, don't directly jump to the conclusion by using arithmetic mean formula and all. So I don't say not to use any formula, any mathematical formula. You definitely have to use it, because the main intention of learning science is developing the application skills. Okay. But we should be very careful while using these skills, because you should know which one has to be rightly applied here. Okay, so I just picked this question because I found it very interesting, and I hope you too found it very interesting. Anyway, solve these questions, try other questions. Okay, and as and when you get the doubts, you can simply message us personally on WhatsApp, or you can call us. Alright, you can call any of the chemistry faculties in this regard. And in upcoming videos, we'll be discussing about solubility, we'll be discussing about Charles' laws, Raoult's law, okay, and colligative properties, and there is a lot of fun in learning this chapter. I hope you are enjoying this, and I hope you will enjoy learning and empower yourself with the knowledge. Thank you very much.